Can we... Oh wow, this chair's kind of squeaky. Can we talk about this? Gaming companies are constantly in competition. It's no secret that with the massive stream of new things coming out, grabbing and maintaining an audience is more challenging than ever. As opposed to the old days where people could choose between MapleStory, RuneScape, and eventually WoW, nowadays keeping track of what's hot and what isn't is the equivalent of a high school drama. Tommy used to be popular, but then Carver came to town and is running things. The thing about Carver is he only hangs out with rich kids. And don't even talk to Isaac. He thinks he's cool, but people only get near him to talk to his horribly disfigured conjoined twin Billy. Boy, this analogy's really falling apart. When creating a multiplayer game, your first few weeks are make or break, and it's kind of disheartening. And though oftentimes it's the developer's fault, looking at you for honor, a lot of times it isn't. There are so many good MMOs that exist currently that if your game isn't top-notch, you won't even get a chance anymore. And even if it is, it still might fail. Smash and Grab was a really fun multiplayer title that didn't even last a month. WILDSTAR isn't doing great either, because albeit a very polished and well-made game, they offered almost nothing to draw you away from the worlds you're already accustomed to. And what the fuck is a Battleborn? A lack of player base in a game that's meant to have communities is a downward spiral. There are few things less discouraging than constantly getting matched up against people 40 levels above you due to a lack of new players. And is there anything more depressing than walking through an empty city in an MMORPG? And this brings forth the million-dollar question. How the fuck did PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds take over the entire world? And the answer is simple. PUBG isn't trying to fight with a pre-existing genre because it's the king of its own domain. PUBG is the first ever standalone battle royale game created by PlayerUnknown, aka Brendan Green, aka the guy who made the original mod for Arma 2 titled DayZ Battle Royale. And though he did work on H1Z1 King of the Kill, he was just a consultant versus being a creative director like he is at Bluehole Studios. Whew, now that the history's done, let's get into the game. PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds is one of the funnest games I've ever played. Being someone who skipped the entire DayZ H1Z1 phase of development, Battle Royale games are great because every single match has the complexity of a beginning, middle, and end, all the while having almost no required learning curve at all. I mean, sure, if you're really into it, you can tell which guns make which sounds, and peak mechanics are a big thing, but they're not required to do well. You just have to know a little bit about how the game works and you're fine. Knowing where the good loot spawns can help, but at the end of the day, RNG can sometimes make or break your early game, and that's the fun. Now, the reason why RNG is such a big factor is because nobody knows exactly where the guns are gonna spawn. It doesn't matter if you're the best CSGO player in the world, if Cletus Buttstein over here finds a shotgun before you find a weapon, you lose. Making it a race in which you're trying to get a gun and shoot each other as fast as possible. A race war, if you... No, wait, no, that's a bad term. There's a ton of combinations and weapon attachments to fit your playstyle, and a bunch of different guns that have their own strengths and weaknesses, like the Kar98K, which is good for sniping people from afar, or the UMP9, a comfortable SMG for close-range fights, or the CROSSBOW, literally the best weapon in the game. Some of the best damage, and it comes with its own scope attachment. And before some of the pros start complaining about how it can only fire once before its shitty reload time, don't worry, there's a fix for that. Boom! 2 crossbows, twice the power, 4 times the victory. Now, obviously, my experiences and feelings about this game are my own, and that's the beauty. With a bunch of combinations and gun customization, different flight paths, weapon spawns, crate drops, red zones, and playstyles, I'm genuinely really happy that this game is doing so well, and I recommend it 100%. It's still in early access, and I can't wait to see what else they add. New maps are on the way, they're adding vaulting, first-person mode has been released, and of course, rain maps exist now, which fucking suck. But besides that, you should totally try this game out. And always remember, friends, bow for gold. Thank you for watching this week's episode of Can We Talk About This? If there's something else you want to talk about, leave it in the comment section below and I'll be sure to get to it. Also, I'm so sorry for the missing a week. I was really busy doing stuff because my friend was visiting, and I didn't want to not see him because he was only here for 3 days before he moved to Japan. So, Trevor, if you're hearing this, I love you. Also, we're almost done with Dream Daddy, so we're going to jump over to Sonic Mania and then Undertale Genocide, so I hope you guys are excited for that. And I don't think I have any more announcements, so I guess that's it, huh? Anyways, love you.